that you tell us why UK. Number two, is UK. Hello viewers, this is Kariithi Talks. Welcome once again to Kariithi Talks. And today is another day that...
Hi, my name is Nubian.
Why UK?
Because I'm pretty
Two is, do you work with schools? So we are going international. One, you have traveled. That time, have you done your A-levels? Can you tell us about the differences in, for example, those three countries in terms of education, and what should we borrow from each other?
A little bit to what you were saying about, like for you, you had the opportunity to have development classes.
Yes.
As a teacher. Going back to what I was saying about my daughter when she was traumatized, I had to speak with the principal and the directors and say, listen, we're from the West. This is what we're not used to what's going on here. Please, you can beat your other children, but please exempt my child, because it will be a problem for us. Yes. I might have to come and beat you back.
Yes.
We don't want that, okay? So I say that to say there needs to be a balance.
Yes.
Because in the UK, I feel like the kids have too much freedom now. So now it's like, I don't care what you do as a teacher, because the beating has stopped, but the discipline is not as high as it used to be. I'm not saying you have to beat them, but there are other ways it's less now. Now they're feeling entitled. We have something where we call child services. It's just a number. My parents are beating me,
and
they come to your house.
Yes.
Social services. We call them social services.
Yes.
So there's a number. The children know this. So it's something that they kind of use against their parents and they use against the teachers.
Yes.
You understand? So there needs to be a balance with discipline and not beating the child. So yeah.
I get what you're saying, because I have my friends who are teaching in schools in UK, in Japan, in all over the world. Right. And those kind of stories are there. Even in the Kenyan international schools, some of those schools, you can you get into a class and children know that you are, and especially at high school level, and they know you're a new teacher. They will terrorize you.
Yeah, I was one of those kids. I'm not gonna lie.
You're the one terrorizing the teacher.
Yeah, I was one of those.
Oh my goodness.
Unless I liked you, and I was like, I like the way you teach. And, you know, everyone come sit down. Yeah. I was pretty much like the joke of the class.
Because they know that there's actually nothing that you can do to them. You can beat them. You can, and so for you to be able to actually teach in such a school, you need to be very good to be able to control those kids. Yes. So I've seen psychology. It happen. Yes, you use psychology actually. Yes, you use psychology to control them. Yes. But I have also taught in a school that has mixed race. So it has, and I have to say this. I have to say this because it's very important in what you have said. And I came up to a certain conclusion on this. So I'm teaching in a school that has Indians. Yeah. It has Africans. Right. And it has Somalis. And it has whites. Okay. Okay? Yep. And
that's normal in the UK.
Yes. And in this kind of a school environment, you find that the Indians are very disciplined.
Yep. And hardworking.
So even when these children come in and they will terrorize the teacher, they're not part of it. And you ask yourself, why? One, look at the structures of family. And I came to learn this from them. And I said, where we lose it is not at how we discipline children at school. It's actually in the culture. Because for them, yes, it starts at home. It's the culture. Because for them, they have not lost their culture. And there's things their culture is telling them. Their culture is telling them you need to respect an adult, whether they are your parents or not. So they will have that respect for you no matter what.
Yes, I agree.
Okay, so they also know there are things they can do in a school environment because it's against their culture.
Yeah.
So if we were to look at culture, I don't know whether you agree with me or not,
I do.
but I think if you were to go back to our culture and look at how we bring up our children, for example, even if it's Christian, it's religious, it's whatever thing that someone does,
Yeah.
how do we take this back to school so that children have some self discipline and they don't need the school actually to discipline them?
Yeah, I mean, I can go one step further to say, for example, you will find like a child that is very easy to go around and thief the next person, steal from another person. If you go back to their parents, you go back to their home, that's what they're used to seeing in the home. The parents are doing the same thing. So the integrity is not there because there's no integrity of the parents. So it's like it's just passed down. So the same thing for schooling. If the discipline is not there in the home,
it will not be there
yeah,
at school.
Yeah, I agree.
So I will want us to shift from the discussion on structures and education,
yeah,
and move to talent development. You have a career in talent development. What have you done? What were you doing in the UK? What made you to travel the world in this career? What guts do you have to come to Kenya, a country you have no relatives, and decide I want to settle here and do what you do? Please tell us about this.
Okay. Well, let's start back with. So I'm going to start back with my journey because it all ties in how I got here into Africa.
Yes.
So for me, I've always had the love of being a dancer. I wanted to be a choreographer. I wanted to have my own dance troupe and tour the world and be a professional choreographer. But my parents had different ideas in mind. They both wanted me to be a lawyer, a criminal lawyer, in fact. I didn't want to be a criminal lawyer because personally, my spirit didn't resonate with lying. So I couldn't do that. I'd mess up the case. You wouldn't be winning no money from me.
You'll tell the truth.
I tell the truth. Exactly.
Yeah.
So I made a deal with my parents. Okay, I'll go and do administration, business administration for 2 years. After that, okay, I'm going to do performing arts. If I do okay performing arts, then I'm going to go off and study dance. I said, okay, we agreed to that. So I did that, and I did my performing arts BTech for about 2 years, and then from that I moved on. I went to university and I did events management because I decided I had a love for events and I wanted to do more event stuff. The dancing, yeah, I can do that a bit later. That's another story. So anyhow, I had an assignment to stage my first event. I said, okay. I was introduced to the founder of UK Talent Train, and he proposed to me, I have this event. The other lady let me down. Do you want to hop in on this? I said, okay. It was just like an open mic sort of thing. So I said, okay, I'll host it. So that's how I got started into actually talent. We started off doing a talent competition. The prize was big. It was growing popular and it was going really well. And I found myself like I was like the manager of it. So I was like, oh, this is exciting. Again, my dancing dreams were put on hold. So we did that for a few years, and then we saw that we had opportunity to travel the world and replicate the same competition. At the time, it was called UK Talent Train Showcase, and it's very similar to Britain's Got Talent, America's Got Talent, and so on. But it was within the high schools, so it grew popular over time. So when we had the opportunity to come over to Tanzania, again, that's another story. When we came to Tanzania, we said, okay, let's continue it. And then that's pretty much how we got into it. But the more that I found I was going around to different countries and doing these competitions, I found that there was a need for confidence training. I also found that I could be the advocate, that voice for those similar because, you know, African parents, you have to be a lawyer, you have to be an accountant, you have to be a doctor. Talent, foolishness. So I could identify that in the children. So I thought, okay, there are African kids who are going through the same thing that I went through. Their parents want to push them to do something that they don't want to do. They have the talent, but they don't have that nurturing, and they don't have someone to support them. So then that's when my role came in a bit more, and I got more pushed into like vocal and performance training, and nurturing of the talent. So that's how I pretty much got into that, and then everything else just spoke for itself because I have connections with like producers and all of that in the industry. So it was just easy to connect everything else. But that's the main reason now why we're in Kenya. For me anyway, personally speaking, the founder has a different story, but for me, yeah, that's, I want to help you guys out there. Like, I know how hard it is. Like, you have a talent, but you don't have no one to support or push you, or you don't even know where to begin, or you don't even know where to start. That is why I started the YouTube series. It's basically, it takes you through different elements of the industry. So there's a section like performance confidence, a section for like how to make money with your talent. There's a section for like the music industry as a whole, because you need to understand, you know, how to navigate contracts and stuff like that. There's a section for like how to build yourself as a personal brand, because any talent, you are the brand. Simple. Yeah, so that's how I pretty much got into that.
So let me ask you. There is a conversation we had off camera about how talent pays in the UK. So are people in the UK getting any money from their talent?
Of course. Now the big difference is in the UK, like I said, here in Africa, parents have that one-track thinking that, you know, talent is not going to make you any money. But you'll find that it's more acceptable in the UK, more acceptable in the West. Yes, we have African parents over there. Some of them are still traditional. No, you're not doing that. But for the most of it, we understand that if we push our kids and they have the right training, they can make money with their talent. There's so many different ways you can do it. Like, we have so many summer schools that teach performing arts. We have short courses, master classes, short stuff you can do online as well. There's a lot of like casting, what do we call it now? You guys understand?
The casting agents?
Yes, we have, exactly. We have many. So even through us, like once you're invited, we know that you are trained up to our standard. Then we push you to these casting agents so that you can get booked. So we understand that. Like, even for now, my eldest daughter, the one in the UK, is making lots of money. Every week she's got a different gig. She sings. And she gets calls to do like big shows. And that just started off her going to like a small little summer camp. And from that, they was like, yeah, she's talented. You want to make money out of your talent? She was like, yeah. Okay. They started giving her jobs. She got 1 job, 2 jobs. After that, other people was calling her, can you come and headline this? Can you sing for me? So yeah, that's the huge difference. You can make money with your talent. But parents, if you don't understand the industry, understand it a little bit. If you know your talent, if you know your kid is talented, that's the starting point. Right? You agree? That's the starting point.
That's the starting point.
It's a starting point. Then you can just push them.
Yes.
And if you really want to get there, if you really want to help your child, you will start doing more research. What do I do next?
Very true. Very true. I agree with you. I am a father of some children. Of course, I am a father of children. And all my children, I have tried to work with them through their talents. And we are in Kenya. We are not in the UK. But still, my children, even the one who is 8 years old, he has made money that I've never made in employment. So, and this is Kenya. So I agree that for sure talent pays. Something I would like to know, if people here are crazy in something we are calling educational tourism.
Speak on that a bit more. What do you mean? What do you mean?
Educational tourism. Any school in Kenya want to travel abroad.
Oh, I'll get you.
Okay. I'm not sure either because abroad there's something to go and see, or it's because people want to feel they went abroad and the children went abroad. That's something we are not sure about. But eventually we have you who grew up in the UK and you're now abroad in Kenya. So now
put it on me.
So I would like to know, is there something for us to come and see in the UK? Is there something worth taking our children, and when they are young, they're in school, a trip in the UK, what is it worth?
Well, it would depend. Are you just going for tourism, or you're going for like talent-wise? Like, which way are we going?
Mm-hmm. It's a tour. We are paying a lot of money as parents in schools for children to travel abroad.
Okay. It's a really good experience because getting anywhere outside of your comfort zone is always a positive. So going to another country to experience the culture, everything like that, is always a positive. However, there is a however. I think that people have a lot of fantasy in their head that going to the West, everything is better. So people have to be mindful of that. But if you're going on a tour, yeah, it's worthwhile, especially like for us, like in the talent industry. There's so much you can see there. For example, I was saying to you off camera, theaters, they don't have that here. That is something that if you go and sit in a theater, you're like, oh my God, wow. You'll be inspired. So when you come back, you're like, yeah, this is where I want to reach. I mean, I'm not an advocate of going to Buckingham Palace and seeing all that stuff. To me, that's just, I'm not really interested in colonial stuff like that. But for those, like I said, I think they have the fantasy in their head. If you want to go and see Buckingham Palace, you want to go see Big Ben, you want to see Houses of Parliament, yeah, go and book your tour, go and see. But there is a culture shock. Number one, if you're going to the UK, if you're going to London exact, the culture shock is there's not many people that look like you. So you have to adjust to that. For example, that was a huge culture shock for me when I came to Africa, actually. Just going to something simple like the pharmacy. Everyone was black. My first culture shock was when I went to the bank and I looked around and I said, wow, black, black, black. Everyone was black. Like, we don't see that in the UK. So yeah, big culture shock. But if you want to like go to as an excursion and you want to like see different cultures and stuff, yeah. But again, it all depends on your level of thinking, because you have some people that will take you on the tour to like go and visit the culture of the UK. For example, Tudor Rose. They'll take you to the Tudor Rose place where, you know, you can go and visit like proper British history. But then again, it all links back to colonialism. So I don't see why. But, you know, like I said, you have some people have the fantasy of just, I have to be there. I have to go visit where the Queen lives. So it all depends on where your mindset is.
Okay. So basically pretty not much. Okay, now.
You said it. You said it, right?
But let me ask you. When you came, you've said you got that culture shock that everybody is black. In how was it to you? Like you are black, you have faced racism, you have been born and raised in the UK.
Yeah.
But you come to Africa, and now everyone is. Was it a happy thing to experience? Like get into a bank and everyone is you.
I'm going to be totally honest.
Yes.
When I came to Africa, I thought I had the mindset, and I think a lot of people when they first come to Africa from the West,
yes,
they think, okay, I'm back in my homeland. My brothers and my sisters, they're going to accept me. But it's totally different. Because we are from the West, the first thing they're looking at us is you're Nzungu. Regardless
of
of
your color.
Exactly.
Yes.
So we are treated different anyway.
So you faced racism in your own people.
Yes.
Oh my goodness, that's sad.
This one is laughing behind the camera. Racism, stealing, it's all there. We're no different to the white man. It's
so you
simple.
speak, someone calls you Mzungu. But let me tell you why. Maybe nobody explained to you why. And then maybe
I do know why, but I want to hear from you.
Yes, then you'll change your attitude. You'll change your attitude towards it, and you are what you got in it. This is what happens. See, when you grow up in the rural, for example, I'll start from there. You grow up in the rural, and some people move to Nairobi, the big city.
Yes.
Then they come back to the rural, and they're speaking too much English. They are okay, so they separate themselves from you. Okay,
I get it.
So the first thing that you get as a person who grew up with them is, why are they pretending? These are the same guys we grew up with.
Yep, they think they're better than us.
And now they think they're better than us. So the reason to why, so you see, you grow up with someone, then that person comes to Nairobi. You grew up in the rural. Then all of a sudden they come back, they're speaking a lot of English. And to be very sincere, deep down our hearts, we hate colonialists. It's not something that we like. Okay?
Yeah.
So then that attitude of someone borrowing from the colonialists, it's not something that will go well with the other people. Someone wants you to be able to speak to them at their level. So you are looked at as a pretender. Okay? Now look. Now someone else now goes to America, goes to the UK, and they come back. There's even a joke. Where someone has gone to the airport and meets with someone, other wazungus around, and then when they get out of the airport, they come speaking with an accent. You see, like they came from, or somebody goes to America for 2 months and they come back, they can't remember to speak in their accent. You get the point? So when these people see you, you're black, but you're speaking in your accent, they actually see you as a pretender. They're actually calling you a Mzungu. It is irony. It's like sarcasm. It's like, so why are you pretending to be a Mzungu? So they don't have the knowledge and the understanding that you're actually not pretending. You actually grew up in the UK. So they're thinking they're thinking that you're like another Wajiro who went to the UK. Now you are here and you actually pretending you don't know even Kiswahili. So please understand them.
That's for some. That's for some people. Let's be honest.
No, actually, it's a general. Yes, it's a general feeling. It is a general feeling. So majority.
Well, that's interesting.
We were with you in a certain cafeteria, and even the owner of the cafeteria coming to serve us, they're speaking to you in Swahili. Yet, what you don't even understand is that the waitress who served us, where they went to sit behind, they were actually speaking in English to mimic us speaking in English.
Really?
So yes, actually one of them joked to the other and said, now I'm speaking in English. Because they actually didn't understand that you actually not pretending.
Yeah, I don't
get the point.
Yeah.
If we had a Mzungu in that city, they would have treated that Mzungu differently. Why? Because they don't see that Mzungu pretending. You understand the difference? So I think that's the knowledge that people need to get, so that there is a clear understanding that there are actually people who are black, who are not African. Okay? And that's what people don't actually understand.